Kentucky bourbon with a rich history is making a big debut this season. Joining us here in the Charlie Wilson KitchenAid Kitchen is Rosser Lomax, the general manager of Oxmoor Bourbon Company. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Hey, growing up, you can't help but not know about the history of Oxmoor Farm and the Bullitt family. A beautiful piece of property when you drive over in St. Matthews towards Oxmoor Center. And I think it's such a great thing that you all have come to have a bourbon and tours. I mean, it's the perfect mix of things. How did that all happen?
So we were very fortunate in that, as it happened, the family had done a private release back in 1920, right before Prohibition.
Yeah.
And so many opportunities come up to start what is, a non-distilling producing private label of bourbon. And we actually have the history all the way back to the early 20th century.
Before Prohibition, yeah.
Before Prohibition. Now, we don't do any distillation or anything like that. We source everything. But we have this opportunity to sort of tell this history.
Yeah.
To bring people through the house. And you can walk through 3 centuries of history all under one roof, where we can talk about the history of bourbon by telling the story of the family, by telling the story of the house. It's really kind of a wonderful opportunity that
you're bringing it together with bourbon, and we love that. And you have a new release now that you brought here to the Charlie Wilson KitchenAid Kitchen.
Yeah, we have the Oxmoor Volume 3 Private Select Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. We put this together out of some wonderful distilleries across here in the Commonwealth. And what we're going to do today is make a quick cocktail. This is one of the cocktails that will be available at the end of the tour. So the tour itself is about 60 minutes, 75 minutes, depending on how you go through. And about halfway through, people get a chance to try a historic punch. And then at the end, we'll sample the actual bourbon, and cocktails will be available. This is one of them.
And I love this cocktail is also kind of a throwback. You know, you're taking us back to when things were operating there. And so what is the name of this cocktail?
This is a 19th century cocktail, which is a play on the 20th century cocktail. This drink actually dates to 2006 from a cocktail bar called Pegu Club. It's no longer around, but it was in New York City. And all of the ingredients that we have here are things that we found in the house. So we had bourbon, we had sweet vermouth, we had creme de cacao, lemon juice. So what we do here is we just make it a quick equal parts drink.
Okay.
So we'll put it all together and then shake it up, pour it out into some coupes, garnish it nicely.
Love it, right? You're taking us back here. I feel like this is a cocktail that would have been served in the house.
Yeah.
Right? It would have been served
classic.
during entertaining. It is a classic. I'll let you, look, we have that beautiful camera overhead. I'll let you do the fancy stuff for you.
Lovely.
Definitely love this.
Well,
this had to be so fun for you to kind of research what cocktail, to even today, or just with the tours, to be able to bring this home's history to life, to bring the family's history to life. What has it been like for you to be a part of this journey?
Well, it's really something that is absolutely unique in my experience, and I've been in beverage alcohol my entire career, and I've never seen anything quite like it, where we have this depth of history and a wonderful story to tell. And it's all been sitting there in documents, in archives for, over 100 years for a lot of this relevant information. We have a letter of congratulations, congratulating the Solicitor General Bullitt on, before he was Solicitor General, on his work helping to shape the Taft decision, which actually defined what bourbon, what whiskey and straight whiskey are. These are all things that are not, historical footnotes. We have the actual receipts. Literally,
it's
the
cool,
lawyers kept
on the
everything.
tour, you get to tell all these stories. You get to,
That's
I think, the great thing about bourbonism, obviously the bourbon, but the whole storytelling aspect that comes with the enjoyment of bourbon, and you all are just ready-made for that.
Well, it's really nice because we get to tell the story of the culture of bourbon as much as how it's made. This is why it's made. This is why we make bourbon and not just whiskey of some sort.
Right.
Interested in a drink?
Oh, yeah, you're serving, absolutely. You don't have to ask us twice on Great Day Live. Everybody in the studio looks up laughing. I see you, Sam. Of course she's going to try it. Everybody's going to stand in line and try this. Do not worry at all, right? And so the tours are going on already. You can Tuesday through Saturday,
shortly.
right?
We have availability on the website to book starting July 1st. July and August are open for reservations on the website.
Yeah.
We look forward to hosting everyone.
There you go. I feel like this is something lovely we're all looking for these summer escapes and different things to do in our own city, our little staycations. And this is an area that many people, obviously, they've just driven past, but to stop and to explore and learn a little bit more about the history of Louisville and the Bullitt family is really. I mean, how many like polo tournaments are held over there, right? Wasn't the family like big? They would love their horses and
Steeplechase was a big thing for a long time. We do currently on the property host the Louisville Polo Club. They're currently, you can go on their Facebook page. They have various times when they go out and they play on usually Saturday mornings.
Well, thank you so much for the drink. Cheers. And thank you for sharing the history and your passion for the property and the home and for the bourbon. By the way, the bourbon can be purchased on site.
That's right.
Cheers. Let's try. Oh, that's so good. It is so good, right?
Wonderful.
Take me back on this one. Love it. Hey, for more information, to go ahead and start booking your tours now because they're going to start things up in July. Just visit oxmoorbourbon.com.